What's up guys, it's Owen, also known as Spaghetti Slap here, and today we got kind of a crazy video, kind of a crazy story. I'm going to link my Twitch down below in the description, so let's just get started. Alright, so this story time all takes place back in like sophomore year, and back then I had this friend, and I'm going to call him Jackson for this story, but after school every day I just walked to his house and we'd smoke some weed, because he was the plug, like not a huge plug, but he would sell weed. But anyways, that's not like super important to the story, but it's like a little bit important. You'll find out why later. But anyways, it was just a normal day at school. I was going about my day, just going to my classes, trying to stay out of trouble because I literally just got out of trouble. So I was just trying to, be good for once, which those of you who know me know that that was a struggle for me throughout elementary, middle, and high school. But anyways, I was just doing my normal thing, going through my classes, and probably like, it was a little after lunch, so probably like 6th or 7th period. I swear to God, if any of you make a fucking 6-7 joke, I swear to God, shut the fuck up. Anyways, it was near the end of the day, and I was just going to class. I got into class, and about 10 minutes into class, this admin comes into the classroom and goes up to the teacher, and I hear them like whispering or something, and then the teacher looks at me and is like, "Owen, you need to go to the office." And in my head I'm like, well, the admin could have just said that, but okay. So this admin starts escorting me to the office, right? And I'm walking to the office not really expecting anything. Maybe they're going to talk to me about my grades, because I'll be honest, I was getting like D's, C's, probably F's. Anyways, the admin walked me into my admin's office because the way that the admins were split up was like by last name. So like people with like the last name A to E would like get assigned to this one admin, and then so on. Anyways, this admin brings me into my admin's office, and the school cop is there. So now I'm really confused, and I sit down in front of my admin and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she was like, "I think you know what's going on." And I was like, "No, I don't. I'm actually very confused on why I'm here and why the school cop is here." And she was like, "Well, we had your friend Jackson up here earlier, and we caught him selling Adderall in the bathroom." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's really dumb of him. What does that have to do with me?" And she was like, "Owen, cut the crap. We know that he sold Adderall to you." And I was like, wait. What? Where the fuck did this accusation come from? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I didn't even know that he had Adderall. I don't even know how he got Adderall. And then the admin says, "That's not what he said." And I was like, what? What the fuck? Why the fuck would he say that he sold me Adderall when, first of all, he didn't even tell me he had Adderall. And second of all, he didn't sell me Adderall. And I basically say just that. I was like, well, that's a load of bullshit. I didn't even know that he had Adderall. And the admin is like, well, first of all, watch your language. Second of all, then I'm sure you wouldn't mind doing a search. And I was like, go ahead. I don't have anything on me. I don't give a shit. So the school cop comes up to me. I give him my bag. I give him my Chromebook. I empty my pockets. I take off my shoes. The daily strip search. You gotta love it. No, they didn't actually strip search me. But they didn't find anything, obviously, because I didn't buy any Adderall. And I was like, see, I told you, I didn't buy anything. And I swear to God, this admin had it out for blood for me. Because tell me why. She's like, well, you're friends with him, and he said that he sold you the Adderall, so I'm still going to give you a day and in-school suspension, and we're calling your mom. And I was like, for what? What the fuck did I do? You literally just searched me, and I had nothing. Literally nothing. And she was like, don't test me or you're going to get a week of in-school suspension instead of a day. And I was like, for what? For what? What did I do? Because I'm trying to defend myself when I didn't do anything? And she's like, all right, that's it. Now it's a week of in-school suspension. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I grab my bag. I walk out the office, I walk out the front doors, and I walk my happy ass on home, because I'm not dealing with that fucking shit. And also, I only lived like a couple blocks away from my house, so it wasn't a long walk or anything, probably in like 10, 15 minutes. And as I'm walking home, I decide that I'm going to call up my friend and ask him why the fuck he just told the admin that he sold me Adderall when he didn't. And I call him, and it goes straight to voicemail, so I just text him, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Why did you tell the admin that you sold me Adderall? Like, I haven't even seen you all day. And as I start walking through my neighborhood, I'm probably about like 7 minutes away from home, maybe 10. My mom starts to call me, and I already know that this is going to be a fucking shit show of a call. So I answer the phone, and I'm like, what's up? And my mom's like, what the fuck do you mean what's up? You know what's up. Why the fuck did your school call me saying that you bought Adderall from somebody and now you left the school? So now you're skipping your last 2 periods? And I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. Like, and she cuts me off. She's like, no, you're fucked. When I get home, you're grounded. Grounded for a week. No, 2 weeks. No, 3. I'm so fucking mad at you right now, Owen. God damn it. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. Like, and then she hangs up. And I'm like, all right, well, that sucks. I got like 3, maybe 4 hours of freedom before my mom comes home and lays down the iron fist and just absolutely goes ham on my ass. So I play games for a little bit, and about like 45 to like 50 minutes later, after I start playing games, I get a text from Jackson. And you won't even guess what his response is. He said, well, they said if I told them who I sold the Adderall to, they'd go a little bit easier on me. And I knew that they knew that we were friends, so I told them that I sold it to you. And I was like, bro, but you didn't. Why the fuck would you say that you sold it to me when you fucking didn't? And he was like, well, it was a believable lie, so I told it. And why would it matter anyways? Because I didn't sell you anything. You don't have anything on you, right? And I was like, no, but they searched me. And even though I didn't have anything on me, since you're the seller, they believed what you said and gave me in-school suspension. And he was like, well, damn. And I was like, all right, bro, fuck you. I'm not even going to push this any further. I'm done talking to you. Don't hit me up. Don't talk to me in school. Like, fuck you, bro. And then I unadded him from Snapchat. So I go back to playing my game for a couple more hours. And then my mom finally gets home. And thankfully, she cooled down a little bit. But she was definitely still pretty pissed. And she's like, all right, explain to me what happened. So I did. I told her the full truth. I told her I was going through my day. Then I got randomly pulled in the office. Yada, yada, yada. Let them search me because I didn't have anything on me. Then they gave me in-school suspension for a day, and I got mad and asked why when I didn't do anything. And then they gave me more, so I just left. And then my mom was like, Owen, you need to pick your friends more wisely. And I was like, I know, Mom. I unadded him. And she was like, all right, I'm still going to ground you, but it's only for the weekend and only no friends. So you can keep your game, you can keep your phone. I won't take anything else. And I was like, awesome, thank you, Mom. But she didn't really trust me after that. Like, she still trusted me, but there was a couple other times where, you know, she made some accusations. But I'll talk about that in another story time. But yeah, that about wraps up this story time. Moral of the story is, pick your friends wisely. You know, be careful who you hang around. Choose your crowd very wisely. And don't be doing dumb things. Yeah, just don't be like me. Don't be like young Owen. Not worth it, I promise. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed that story time. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.